Hey besties, welcome back to Living My Best Life with Lisa Marie. I'm Lisa Marie. Today is part of my One and Done series, and my special guest is Maria from Crafting with Maria, and I can't wait to show you our Christmas DIYs. Let's get started. For this DIY, I'm going to use these large paint sticks that I got at Lowe's. A package comes of 3 and it's under $2. And I'm actually going to use 6 of them. And then I'm going to use 2 of these smaller little paint stir sticks, a scrap piece of wood that came from something from the Dollar Tree, little pop-up stickers from the Dollar Tree. And then I've got this plaid ribbon and I'm going to use that. I'm not going to use that heart that you see there, but I thought I was at first. And then a Jot Black marker from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use some burnt umber paint from Apple Barrel, some ink paint by Waverly, which is just black, and my Rust-Oleum Linen White chalk paint. First thing, I'm going to do some painting, get that all done. I'm going to paint 6 of these little pop-up stickers in the ink color. This DIY is inspired by a really cute project I saw on Pinterest, and dry them with my heat tool from Amazon. If I mention that I got something at Amazon, there will be a link in my description box for my Amazon store, and you can find it there if it's something that you need to. And now I'm going to take my paint stir sticks and I'm going to paint them all with that white paint. I want to cut them first because why paint things you don't need? So what I'm doing is making 2 taller, another 2 a little bit shorter, and then another 2 a little bit shorter than that. And I'm just going to use my little miter box saw from Dollar Tree and cut them. And now I'm going to take the smaller paint stir sticks and I'm going to measure just 2 little rectangles off of that. And that's going to be like the brim of a hat. And so I'm going to cut those with my miter shears from Amazon. The smaller paint sticks are thinner, so I can manage that with miter shears. Now I'm going to take that little scrap piece. I think it was from a pumpkin. It doesn't look like a pumpkin smile. I'm going to cut these 3 little pieces, and those are going to be noses. And I use my miter shears to do that. And I'm going to grab the pumpkin Waverly chalk paint and paint them orange. You probably just figured out we're making snowmen. So I'm going to paint them orange and let them dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and start painting all those stir sticks in the linen white chalk paint. And I'm going to do both sides and the back. I like all of my projects to be finished, and so that's how I do it. And then I'm going to take a brush and just very lightly put some on the top of the nose that looks like maybe snow hit the snowman's nose. I'm going to use a combination of wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue pieces together to make my snowman. So every 2 paint stir sticks, the large ones, are going to be a snowman, and they're 3 different heights, so there you can see them. Now I'm going to take my Waverly ink paint. I'm going to paint just the very top portion because that would be part of their black hat. And I'm going to do that on both sides as well of all 3 pieces. Then I'm going to take some tape just because I want the back side to have a clean line. The front side's going to have these little pieces which are the brim of the hat, and I painted those black as well. And then I will hot glue those right there, some at an angle and some straight on. As I mentioned earlier, today is part of my One and Done series, and my special guest is Maria from Crafting with Maria. She is such a sweet and talented person. Maria does all kinds of Dollar Tree, farmhouse, so good at doing farmhouse. Her projects are beautiful. Maria even has a couple bonus projects today. Please check her out. I'll have her link down in my description box for both her channel and her video from today. If you've come over from Maria's channel, welcome. It's great to meet you. I love to create things from all different styles. I love to try new things, and I love to inspire you to do the same. So if you like what you see, please hit the like button. And I hope to see you again in my next video. Well, now it's time to make our snowmen look like snowmen. So I'm going to take the eyes that I painted black, put 2 on each snowman. And then I'm going to take a little bit of white paint and just kind of make those little white crescents in their eyes. And I made them each a little different so they'd have different personality. I kind of envision this as a family with a mom and dad and a little snowman. Now I'm going to put the noses on with some hot glue. I also used hot glue on the back of those stickers just to make sure they'd stay no matter what. Come find me on social media. I'd love to see you there. Now I'm going to take that Jot marker. I'm just going to make little happy faces on them. If you like to watch videos when you craft like I do, check out my mega video playlist. And I'm going to take some of my red crimson paint from Waverly and just barely tap on a little bit to make some rosy cheeks on each one. Then I'm going to take my white paint and use a stippling brush and just go over the tops where snow might land when it falls. And they're going to get that on the front and back of their hats. And then I've got these adorable red buffalo check beads I got on Amazon, and I'm going to glue 3 on each one for their little buttons. Aren't they the cutest? I'm going to take my plaid ribbon, tie one around each of their necks, and I'm going to make each one a little bit different length. Like the child will have a medium-sized one, the dad will have a shorter one, and the mom will have a longer one, just to be more fashionable, if you know what I mean. Aren't they cute? Now I need to fill that gap from the top of the paint stick, so I'm using a little bit of scrapbook paper and I'm just going to glue it on and then paint it black and then touch up the snow wherever I need to. And that makes it all just look like one solid piece of wood. But I liked the curves on the sides of the paint sticks because it really made it look like a hat. I'm going to take a little chalk marker from the Dollar Tree and just say, let's get cozy, and just regular printing, nothing fancy. Now I'm going to distress them a little with my burnt umber paint. Just going to dry brush it with a small brush, tap a little bit on very lightly in all of the seams and edges and just a teeny bit in the middle of them. I really like the way that's turning out. Now I need to attach them to each other, so I'm going to use a combination of E6000 and hot glue, and they're going to overlap a little bit. So the dad's going to be in the back and the mom will be, when you're facing him, on his left, and the child will be to the right. And I love that because they are getting cozy just like it says. Now I needed something for them to be in. I wanted them to kind of be in like a little greenery kind of garden snowball thing. So I found this box that had a top. I unscrewed it, took it off, sanded it down, and I painted the whole box in the white linen chalk paint. Then I'm going to get some cardboard that I have from a box of something that I received in the mail, and I'm going to use it for filler because I don't want to fill the whole thing. I'm going to take this little dust mop from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to hot glue it in and over the edges so it looks like snow has fallen and is kind of falling out of it. Then I'm going to put the snowmen in the very back. I left a little gap there for them, and I am going to add some more snow around the back, and that's going to camouflage the staples that I end up using to attach it. And so I'm just going to glue that on there, and then I'm going to take my staple gun and I'm going to staple a couple of staples right into the thickest part, and then I'll put more snow. I've got little battery operated lights from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to attach that, and I'm going to hide the controls under the snow towards the snowman, but you make it so you can reach in and turn it off and on. I'm going to add some cute greenery. I'm going to flock it all, put some little mini pine cones from the Dollar Tree, flock everything because it looks like a snowstorm just happened and it's fallen all over. And then I'm going to take these little mini snowballs, got 2 different sizes, and I'm just going to start gluing them all over, and they've kind of got sparkles in them. They're also from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to add them wherever I can and make sure everything looks like snow fell on it. And then I feel like snowballs wouldn't all be the same size, so I'm going to add these little teeny ones all over in little bunches. The last thing I'm going to do is take my burnt umber and distress the box so that it matches. And oh my gosh, I am loving this. And that is it. This one is done. It's so cute. It's pretty substantial in size. It's 22 inches tall and almost 10 inches wide. It's really a good size. You can make this any size you want, and I know these are expensive in stores. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I want you to know that you are a blessing to me. If you like this video, I'll put a couple more up on the screen that I think you'll really like, so feel free to check them out.